Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technogate 2000, Mage the Ascension tabletop game. We're going to be playing here tonight. We are in the middle of events that have just taken place, so there is a little bit of catch up. You might want to check out the last couple episodes because our group here, Technogate Team 42 is currently on the hunt for a demon. So they have created a copy out of a hermetic mage that's being hunted by a demon. Prior to that, they had gone to a vault filled with demon hunting artifacts and a creature that calls himself Gabriel, that protects this chantry that Kyle brought them to. And apparently Kyle thought that he would be in control of it, but it turns out that he's not the last of his family, and that he is not in control of the chantry, but the being, the guardian, decided to assist and give them the Dagger of Cain, along with a book on Beelzebub, the demon that is hunting Kyle. So once they got back to Madison, this all happened in France. When they got back to Madison, they made a copy of Kyle. And the last thing that just happened was that they got pulled over by a police officer that turned out to be a ghoul. When he saw Kyle, he seemed to react oddly and wanted to go for his weapon. And Gretchen was able to convince him that after a little bit of like knocking him around with doors, that that he should just leave. And so no APB went out or anything for assaulting a police officer. He just ran off, and with a little bit of mind trickery, made it so that he's not really going to talk about what happened. So we return to the team here. Malakai was not with them during the car trip. So he was out during that time period. So currently he is with the real Kyle back at the Technogate team's or Technogate entry, I would say, like the house of Tycho's mother. So let's go ahead and just start a little round of introductions here, though. Tycho, tell us a little bit about your character and what do you look like?
Tycho Vance is a late 20s white male, 6'1", kind of lanky. In the past month or two, ever since getting back from the adventures out in the Umbra, he hasn't gotten a haircut, so it's a little over an inch long now. Previous to that adventure, he was always wearing metallics, retro-futuristic stuff, and now he's just kind of borrowing clothes from Malakai because he's just kind of disillusioned with the whole aesthetic that he grew up with. He grew up at the Construct here in Madison. His father was the legendary adventurer Buck Samsonite, who disappeared when he was young, and his mother was in charge of the research and execution division here at the Construct. Around the age of 18, Tycho went on a little adventure out in the Umbra with some werewolves that ended in tragedy. And when he returned, his mother took pity on him and got him a job on Technogate Team 42.
Awesome, thank you so much, Tycho. And Phaedra, tell us a little bit about your character and what do you look like?
Phaedra is a 29-year-old black female. Right now, she's rocking dreadlocks tied up into a bun. Uh, she wears a white lab coat, white blouse, black slacks, with a huge black fanny pack filled with uh, various vials of concoctions and stuff. She was originally from Vegas, but came to Madison in search of her mother's killer, and has accidentally stumbled into the Technocracy about 3 years ago, and has been with this group ever since.
Awesome, thank you, Phaedra. And Malakai, tell us a little bit about your character and what do you look like?
Hey everybody, Malakai is a military boy. He grew up with military parents, ended up enlisting right out of high school with the Air Force. Did another with Technocracy. Had a event involving some reality deviants that pushed him over to become the director of head of security for the security guy for TG-42. He's 6 foot tall. He has longer hair that he's let grown out after his cross motion, and it's easy to get the sense that he doesn't put a lot of a stake into his appearance. He wears just regular, just jeans and t-shirts, whatever is available and clean. And yeah, I think that's Malakai.
Awesome, thank you, Malakai. And Gretchen, tell us a little bit about your character and what do you look like?
Hi everyone, I play Gretchen Fury. I'm about 5'7", white female with dark red hair. She is rocking a classic World of Darkness trench coat with some knee-high boots, aviator shades, etc. I like to call this style casual matrix. She is your classic infiltration specialist. She is a spy for the NWO against all reality deviants, and she is uh just ready to figure out all this stuff with Kyle because he is annoying the crap out of her. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And so at this point, we have Tycho, Phaedra, and Gretchen are in the car on their way to the crystal. A little background on the crystal that's in the middle of the Arboretum. There is a crystal that fell from outer space sometime a little bit after the year in 1999, a little bit after the Avatar storm finished. This crystal seems to be like sucking the energy out of the Umbra and the life of the plants around it. Slowly over the last year, it's slowly been decaying the land around it, so that I think it was something like maybe like 100-foot radius, or I can't remember the exact thing that I said, but there was an area around it that wasn't very big. But it was completely damaged by the Umbra and the Earth, and our reality. We're all being decayed by this. They found out that this crystal is connected to the demon. The book that you guys kind of have does detail out the idea that this is the same kind of thing that happened last time that Beelzebub was released from hell, and that there's not a real good understanding of what he's trying to accomplish with it because he was destroyed before he could, or banished back to hell before he could complete what he was doing, and when that happened, everything went kind of inert. And so you guys are taking him to the crystal with hopes that you can lure out the demon to try and possess Kyle, and that this fake copy of Kyle. And so that's where we are right now. Malakai is back at Technogate, as I'd stated before, with Kyle. And so actually, I'm going to start off with Malakai. So Malakai, you're hanging out at the house with Kyle. What are you doing?
After a little bit of back and forth, I offer to show Kyle my workshop if he's interested. And
Absolutely, I'll take a look.
all right, sweet man. And I I show it like I was like, oh, this is the armor suit. It's not really completed. I got some tweaks for it, but it's coming along well. Unfortunately, I don't really wear it out, especially just like around here because it can cause some problems. And then I make up a clip, so 12 rounds.
Can't you just like make it like turn into like a box or something, like a suitcase? And that you do like the stuff that like Iron Man does out of the comic books.
Sure. That would be effective for transport, and I might have to see if I can't work in some kind of folding mechanics to it. Although if it's not on me, it doesn't really do much. Although I would like to. We'll see. I'm not quite there well enough. I'm not quite good enough with the tech to actually properly disguise it. Manipulate it so it looks correct. It looks like a normal body armor, except that it also has all of these joints and servos and motors in it. I make up 10 rounds of primed ammunition and 10 rounds of forces ammunition for the pistol. And so I show him my reloading bench, and then I just start reloading bullets. Like,
oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. And as you guys are kind of, you're showing them how to make prime bullets and been showing them around, and as you're, pressing a new bullet, an alarm goes off. This is like a security perimeter alarm. I'm guessing Malakai kind of looked up some of the stuff. Basically, any terminal, that you get to right now, all the terminals are kind of locked out right now, except for when somebody goes to it that has the right, permission key in order to access it. So once you get to a terminal, you can access it, and then you can basically get all the information of what's kind of going on once you're there. You can also access it remotely if you have any device on you, phone, stuff like that you want to access it through it that way.
assuming that we're in my my shop, I'll go over to the one on the wall, the terminal on the wall. Where was it? Is it Technogate? Is it the airport, or is it Vance's house, the Vance estate?
So when you go to the terminal, it's got the like little like locked out screen, and it's got like a little bit of ants war kind of going on in the background of like an image of Technogate, and you enter in your key in order to be able to bypass that. Once you're into the system, immediately there is a file that kind of like pops up immediately that's camera footage and information file that you can kind of open up. When you get into it, it basically details out to you that there's an intruder that or not an intruder, that the gate is activating, that there is an outside force that is opening up the gate. It has overrid all of the security protocols that are in place in order to prevent this from happening, and has locked out the gate, from which it has like its own protocol to like kind of open itself up, and prevent anything from like accessing it, basically by accessing something else. And there's a whole thing that's kind of set up for this precaution that's been locked out, and the gate is being forcefully activated. And then there's camera footage of the gate room where you can see that the gate is opened up.
Okay. Grab the new ammo. Put the pistol. Pistol would have stayed in the holster. Grab the P90. Ask Kyle, "Are you good with a firearm?"
No. But I
Okay.
can learn fast, I'm sure.
Well, I hand him one of. We're gonna go with the MP5 that I used to use. Give him one extra mag for it, and then he's like, "All right, you're following me." run to the gate room, and about out the way, I just explained it as like, all right, well, this is what this this is what you're gonna do. Sink it right into your shoulder to try to keep it because it's gonna want to jump up in the air on you. And I'm just basically rushing to the gate room where I will post up at a doorway for cover and peer
as you're about to
into.
leave the room, you notice that, like, out of the corner of your eye, that the gate has now closed. That it's no longer open anymore. Or well, something came through it, basically.
Yeah,
That there's
that's what I'm. So I wasn't fast enough to see them come through.
And just
Do
for
I
a visual
see?
kind of thing too, is the gate's always open. Like, there's always a black hole there, but it's not always active. There's like an active state where it's like open and able to get, that it's connecting to something or is connected to something, where it's much more like hectic. You can hear it. It's the black hole like kind of has like almost a light that almost kind of comes from it, like um and it kind of has like this weird effect that isn't, natural whatsoever. um and but so that's what you were seeing when you saw that on the camera, and now that effect has stopped as you're like leaving the room. And you didn't get a good look of what came out of it seemed like there was almost a lock protocol on the camera so that you couldn't zoom in. It just was a far out. You saw something, like one thing, come through the camera, and then basically when the gate kind of goes disactive, since you don't even have anybody, personnel or anything in the main hangar bay that this thing usually sits.
Mhm.
There's not really good, lighting going on in there right now. It's usually not used unless somebody goes there. So basically it goes dark and you don't really get to see anything after that.
Did I get a sense for humanoid creature? Humanoid. Okay. All right.
Standard height.
I'm going to. And this happened right as I was leaving the workshop.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to pull up my phone and prepare, not send, but prepare a text message to the group. Basically, it would say, Technogate breach. They came through the gate, external through the gate to us, and I'm going to wait to send that. And we're moving slowly and quietly. I'm going to keep Kyle directly behind me, hugging walls. I got the P90 against the shoulder, looking down the iron sights as we move through towards the gate room.
All right. So you're not going to send that yet, though.
No.
Okay. So you head down to the gate room. Well, you head to the teleporter that gets you to Technogate. Do you want to try and jury rig the teleporter so that it'll teleport you right into the gate room or right into a nearby corridor of the gate room? Or do you just want to go to the normal teleportation pad?
Oh, I guess I was picturing that my workshop is actually in Technogate. But if I have something set up at...
Yeah, no, you might have a shop set up. Yeah, if that's where you were imagining that you would have and that makes much more sense actually. So I take that back. You don't need to take a teleporter, so you're just gonna run down to the gate room.
Yeah. Either like I imagine it's probably like a couple of floors, a couple of stairwells away.
Okay, give me an athletics plus dexterity check.
Okay. That is not a standard. I don't have that one prepared. Athletics, and it's going to say drive, but it's actually athletics.
Yep, athletics and dexterity.
Darn it. Not for 0.
Yeah, standard difficulty. So at standard difficulty, you're at 0 successes. So while you're running down the stairs, you kind of like lose your footing to like a small degree. That kind of slows you down, but you don't get hurt or anything like that, but it kind of like, cautions you a little bit. and
I,
you
s-
know there's
I
this
assume
like
it made quite a bit of noise.
yeah, you made some noise. You got to like the door and you like kind of ran into it hoping that, you know, you could kind of open it at the same time, but like kind of fucked up on that. No damage, no real bad effects, but just you got slowed down a whole bunch from what you thought that you normally would be able to get there. You made a whole bunch of noise doing so, and when you get to the gate room, so are you gonna go like running into the gate room, or are you posting outside of the gate room?
Once I make a ton of noise, and I still don't know if they went off into the building someplace or if they're in the gate room, I'm going to be moving slowly and quietly from there on out, and I will get to the doorway of the gate room, and I will use that as cover as I just kind of see if they're in there. Would it be possible to do the either sensors on my phone, um, and then connect it to the Bluetooth earpiece? Forces 2, or is it just Forces 1? Detection of like anybody walking, anybody making sound, too heavy of breathing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception plus alertness difficulty of, we're gonna go 6 for the lowering of the difficulty and using your device.
Okay, that's 1.
Okay, so you used your device, but you didn't lower the difficulty. So you're gonna get a difficulty of 4 then. Yeah, 3 plus 1, yeah, 4.
Difficulty 4. So I'm rolling a lot of 1s, but I'm covering them. For
So
3 successes.
3 successes. You are able to get a life sign detection, a human life sign detection. That seems to be like you kind of ran down, you know, it maybe had about like 15 seconds, just about to leave the, like you're kind of running up, you're in a corridor, and you see that it's just about to leave the gate room, and it's like one corridor down and to the right, you'll run into whatever this thing is. Well, this human.
Okay. I will continue to stealth and track
Okay.
until I can get visual.
Give me a dexterity plus stealth difficulty of 6.
I should have worked with Gretchen and got some pointers. Oh, apparently that thought
Ooh.
was a good thought to have.
Nicely done. All right, so you
What
are
would,
able.
what would Gretchen do?
What would Gretchen do? And
The
so,
next part for the podcast. What would Gretchen do?
what would Gretchen? That's great. I love it. Um, all right, so you are sneaking, and you're being pretty sneaky about this. I'm gonna allow you to like kind of peek over, and you get to see what is coming your way walking down the corridor, and it's Samson, Brock Samson.
Who the hell's Brock Samson?
Wait, no, it's
Buck
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 Samsonite?
Samsonite. Samsonite. God damn it.
Oh man, I was just like polling my mind of like, okay, what episodes did I miss? How many? Like, who did it? I know that it sounds
Buck,
familiar.
Buck Samsonite. I don't know where my brain was there. Don't blame my brain. I blame my brain.
Okay, so and he hasn't noticed me.
You
And
don't think he noticed you, no. So you kind of like peeked your
okay,
head over,
okay.
and then you can either come out immediately if you wish, or you can be stealthful and still be stealthed.
So I'm gonna put the P90 straight against my body, like straight down, to kind of hide it from his view. And then I'm gonna step just so half of my body is around the corner, but he can tell that I'm there. And I'm just gonna say, "Hey, Buck, didn't expect to see you here." I kind of shout down the hallway at him.
He goes, Malakai, it's great to see you. Where's Tycho?
He's on mission at the moment. I thought there was going to be issues with you coming back, with you getting back into the real world here. Were you able to solve those problems?
there's a lot that I need to explain. If Tycho isn't here right now, I'm gonna need you then. I need you to come back with me. I can explain along the way.
I'm kind of babysitting somebody right now. Is it all right if they tag along? And
Yeah,
I, and
that's
then I
fine.
kind of bring Kyle around the corner. All right. Shit. I modify the text message to say they need help, and I'm going through the gate. And then I will send it. I do not say who it is because I don't need Tycho to be distracted. And then I will anything that I need to bring, anything that I should bring.
Bring your armored suit.
All right, give me a minute. Meet you in the gate room.
Absolutely. I got a few things I need to grab as well here.
All right. Just so you know, Kyle is of hermetic origins, but he's cool. He's cool. So he's helping us with the mission that Tycho is currently on. Sounds good. I will be back in the gate room in 3 minutes.
Nice to meet you, Kyle. And they kind of like shake hands.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. I wanted to have it happen now, but if there was a problem, and then I'll go and get my armor and be like, oh, I never named
Lots
it.
of guns.
I'll bring not so many guns, but bullets. I'll bring probably 4 or 5 spare clips for each. In just the whatever that pack is called that straps across your waist and chest that holds bullets, or I'm sorry, magazines. They're not loose bullets; they're in magazines.
A bandolier?
Kind of. It's a specific named word. I think it's actually the company that makes it. It's kind of like that Picatinny rail that goes on guns. And so I have a handful of extra clips mags along with I will be bringing the P90 and the pistol, and I will let Kyle bring the MP5. I should not let him have the MP5. I'm going to give him one of my older pistols. We'll say 1911.
Okay.
I do not trust him with a freaking possibly a fully automatic weapon. If he hasn't used a gun before, he's gonna kill me. Is what's gonna happen. So
Smart.
load all that up, and we'll head back to the gate room.
All right. So as you're heading back to the gate room, we're gonna go ahead and cut over to Tycho, Phaedra, and Gretchen. You guys are in the car making your way to the Arboretum. You're just entering into the Arboretum, the roadway that goes through the Arboretum. There's a big forest around you. It is, I believe you guys said around afternoon, was what we were in yesterday, or last episode. So,
I believe it's
what's that?
I think it's like 11, slightly before noon.
Oh, maybe, yeah, that might be it. 11, around noonish. So,
Noonish.
so it's sun is out. It's a nice day. I forgot what year what month that we're in actually. 'Cause that's important. That's what the look of the land will be very different based upon what month that we're in. Just because I don't does anybody else remember any months being stated as where we were? Can't remember where we were last.
Not really.
When did the calamity happen?
That would be July of 19. It would be like July, August. It happens in like July and ends in like August, basically.
And then we came back a year later, so it's got to be the latest in the year would be like early October. That's giving us like a month and a half of dinking around in town after we got back.
Oh, that means we got a Halloween episode that we get to do in the middle of January. I'm down for that. Yeah, we'll say that it's the beginning of October. So it's a nice day out. It's, beginning of fall, end of spring. So the leaves are just starting to change a little bit of color, I would say. Not really completely fallen off at this point. Wait, no, October we have a bunch of leaves on the floor. October in Madison, don't we?
I think it depends on
Yeah.
the year.
It does. But so yeah, we're gonna say that sounds what's just happening right now. So that's the leaves are slightly changing. They aren't all gone yet. And it's the beginning of October. The festivists, are beginning because of upcoming Halloween. I'm super excited to do a Halloween episode soon now. And you guys get the Tycho, you get the text. Or is it to everybody that you sent the text, or just Tycho?
I sent it to Gretchen and Phaedra as well.
Okay, so all three of you receive a text at the same time. And just to recap, what was that, Malakai? What was the text specifically?
External activation of the Technogate. Someone came through. They need help, and then after and then an obvious line break. They need help. I'm going through the gate to give them a hand. That would have been the whole message.
The fuck?
Yeah. Did he find someone else part of Technogate?
I don't know. I mean, it can't be somebody hostile. I don't know why he wouldn't have said who it was, though.
Malakai, in the message, did you say you were taking Kyle? I'm sorry, my headphones kind of crapped out for a minute there.
I did not say.
We wouldn't
I
have
would-
known what he was talking about anyway because
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
You have
I
Kyle.
want to know my paranoia level right now. You know, we're
Yeah,
like,
you guys don't
"He's
know. That's
taking
right. You guys
Kyle."
wiped your memory, so you don't know that you
Yeah.
have the fake Kyle.
Yeah.
It would have been real confusing if I would have mentioned him. Now I'm good. I'm glad that I forgot to add that portion of it.
Okay, well, what were we specifically going to do with Kyle in the Arboretum? Just get him close to the crystal?
Yep, and hope that he gets possessed, I believe, was the main
Yeah.
part of the plan.
Yeah. Do we have the banishment procedure, ready to go?
I don't think we have anything ready to go.
There was implants
I
created.
think what
I think you were gonna use the dagger because the banishment, you didn't know if it was gonna work because hell's all fucked up right now. Or the abyss.
we were just going to contain him in this body, take him to a secure area, try the dagger, and if that didn't work, he would at least be contained in this body.
Yeah, and the body is all souped up so that it's supposed to contain him and not allow him to use his powers and stuff like that.
I mean, Malakai can handle himself. He wouldn't have. God, that's fucking weird, right?
Yeah, Malakai's 100% always by the book. Regardless of who it was, if they breached the house, he wouldn't have acted without malice unless he knew that individual.
Yeah, but I mean, think about the things that could come through the gate. I mean, the capabilities. But if it was somebody hostile, why would they let him text us? Yeah.
I think
Mind
we need to
control?
continue with this.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back. We'll add it on to the list. We can't teleport there right now. blah blah blah, things I can't, things I cannot change, wisdom to know the difference. Like Gretchen's just like, we gotta finish something. We
You have
gotta
to finish
check
one
this
mission.
off.
Just one thing on the box.
I'm about to add OCD onto her character sheet as a flaw because she's going nuts from all this. So
We did try to attempt this like 3 times already.
this is like 3 sessions. It's like every time we go to this crystal, like, we gotta try it. We gotta try it.
All right, so you guys are heading to the crystal. Where are you parking? Are you parking at the parking lot area, or are you going through the, like, just parking on the side of the road that's like closest to where the crystal is?
I would say she would just drive it in the parking lot area closest to the path.
Okay. All right, so you guys are jumping out. You guys are keeping an eye out for things that are kind of following you or watching you and stuff like that. So give me a perception plus alertness roll from everybody that's keeping an eye out. Difficulty 6.
God, so many 5s.
I got 3.
All right, so everything looks pretty standard to all of you. There's no immediate danger that you can sense while you guys are getting out of the car, and you guys start walking into the woods. Give me another perception plus alertness roll, difficulty of 6.
I would like to say that we're probably in standard 2x2 formation. I don't know. I heard that from a movie, but I think, if I may speak for the group, Phaedra and Kyle are up front, and Tycho and I are kind of in the back. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Those are some very good
2.
rolls. I got 6.
I also got 6. It says 3, but there's a lot of 10s.
Wow. Okay, so with 6 successes,
I got 5. I got 5. Sorry.
okay, yeah, 5. So with 5 and 6 successes, I'm gonna say that at 6 successes, Tycho, you know that there's something that's keeping a good distance away from you guys, that's watching you. And you kind of get the feeling that it is familiar, in the sense that it seems like a wolf that is like hunting you from afar. That you've kind of encountered, you've kind of like felt this kind of almost presence before. But Gretchen, you get that there's something watching you from afar, maybe circling you.
I so just want to have you have like a DJ button where you just play a Hungry Like the Wolf clip when that happens.
Oh, that would be great.
I'll say in the mind link, I was like, are you catching what I'm catching, Tycho?
Yeah, I can feel it. It's possible one of the wolves might be around here. Let's hope it's one of the nice ones.
Well, you're more knowledgeable about the puppies than I am, so
Well,
keep an eye on it. I'll look out for any other deviants.
of course, they weren't too happy with me the last time I saw them, but with all that's going on, maybe a familiar face wouldn't be such a bad thing. But it feels like they're keeping quite a distance. I think we should be fine.
So you guys just continue on?
Yeah, for now.
I'm not gonna cause trouble if it's like just an actual animal. I looked up what the arboretum is. It's just a giant forest thing. If
Yes,
I
this is
just
big giant
animal,
forest. I do apologize.
that's okay. Hey guys, fun fact: I'm not from Madison, so I get to Google things as I go along. So, Yeah, I'm just like, it might just actually be an animal. I mean, that's part of the purpose of the Arboretum, so we'll go from there. Can we roll awareness?
Yeah, I'll let you do a perception plus awareness roll. Now that you've kind of honed in on it, you can get a little bit more of how do you feel about this whole thing?
2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
All
Ooh.
right. 2, 5. Go ahead, Phaedra. You can get an awareness roll as well. And 4. All right. So at this, with the level that you guys kind of got, Phaedra and Gretchen, I would say that you guys kind of get this bad feeling that's coming from this thing. Tycho, you definitely get a sense that it is supernatural like that it definitely doesn't seem to be just like a normal wolf that is like stalking you.
Oh, well, I already expected that. It's actually making me hopeful that there's some werewolves around.
Um, I'd like to casually walk with the rest of the group while calling on my cell phone to see if this particular entity has a brain similar to the black spiral dancer that was in the cave.
Okay. Give me a perception plus awareness difficulty of, or perception plus. What's the device that you're using?
1-800-werewolf, talking on my cell phone.
All right. Then I want you to do an intelligence plus technology difficulty of 6.
Okay. Boy.
1 success. That's enough in order to accomplish it. And with that, I'm gonna say that would be what, a level 1 mind sphere that you're just trying to get like a.
I think it's I would say I would do a little bit deeper. I would do read surface thoughts, which I think is 2
Okay.
personally.
So then difficulty will be 5. All right, 2 successes. With 2 successes, you're getting a very faint kind of idea of what's kind of going through this creature's mind, and it does seem to have the same kind of darkness and corrupted being that comes from similar to what that um, Black Spiral Dancer's mind was like.
It just has like a focus. Does it have a focused mission like that one, or it's just like a cruel and dangerous mind?
It is a focused mind on a very specific mission.
Am I able to glean what that mission is?
You can't glean exactly what it is, but I'll say that you can glean that it is a kill mission.
Okay, so I'll be on my phone and I'll be like boop 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 boop. Yes, I made the Skype noise. That's what I like to make. And I'm like calling and I'm like, "Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay, I'll pick some up at the store." Like her classic like lines, you know? And then she'll hang it up and she'll like touch her like Bluetooth earpiece to kind of like just give a little bit more coincidentalness to the mental link, and she'll be like, "That's not one of Tycho's friends. That's a that's something like we saw in the cave."
Black Spiral Dancer. Shit.
Or it's
Can
at
you
least
tell?
something that's been brain wiped again. They have a very specific kill mission, and I don't think it's like a rabbit. I think it's Guile.
Yeah. Maybe we should go.
Go faster to the crystal, go confront it or go back to the car?
I'm thinking the car.
Cool. I'm going to search the area for spiders or a wasp if there's wasp. Like there are flowers around.
There are flowers around, yeah. Wasp.
Okay, I want to grab some like the angriest looking ones that I can find. And then I'm gonna say when I give the signal, we're all gonna make a run for it. I'm just gonna enlarge uh these wasps as big as possible and throw them at this fucking werewolf. I'm not playing that game where I get too close and get whomped again.
Well, how far away is it? Gretchen, can you tell how far away it is?
Do you have
I do have
correspondence?
correspondence. Yeah, I have
Yep.
correspondence 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So at correspondence 2, you're able to get a pretty decent, track down beat satellite imagery of this guy. And he is approximately, we're gonna say, currently about 100 yards away. No, I'm gonna say closer than that because you're not you weren't supernaturally picking him up. So we're gonna say 50 yards away.
So I'm going to be like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to casually turn around. I'm going to say something like, oh no, I left the water bottles in the car, like a soccer mom. Okay. And then I was like, Phaedra, like I see you just picking up bugs and putting them in your fanny pack or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but I just see you mad sciencing, and I'm like, mad science and walk, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to walk as far as possible, and then you will like throw the stuff like when we need it. Like we're not going to use like our only card right now. So we're going to see how long this can play out, kind of thing. So just follow my lead, do a little bit of a pivot. I'll say out loud, "Oh no, I forgot the water bottles," as I touch my leather trench coat, like I'm totally ready for a hike. And you know, turn everybody around, and I'll be like, "Yes, hydration is very important. We need to go back." And
I pull out my keychain.
Okay. So you guys continue to walk back. I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but you do notice that the presence kind of, because you kind of got a beat on him with your correspondence and stuff like that at this point. It is following you. It is staying about the same distance away from you, though.
When we were on the trail going towards the crystal, were we going towards it or was it following us there?
It was more parallel with you than
Okay.
so it wasn't in between you and the crystal. The crystal is approximately like 400 yards away right now.
I'm just trying to gauge is it trying to protect this crystal? Or is it just hunting us? Actually, Gretchen, can you kind of get a bead on that at all? Like, does it even understand that the crystal exists?
I can try. Let me.
Yeah, well, I've only got mine. Well, I suppose I do have mine too. That's brain surface thoughts.
I can up
Oh,
it to a
wait.
mind 3 kind of thing. What can I do with a mind 3?
So you could, I think that's when you can get into like the mindscape kind of stuff and start changing memories and get a little bit deeper than just surface thoughts. You can get into actual thoughts, which I usually do, because there's a lot of power in the power of mind. Just it's like, oh, I'm just going to fight them mentally all the time. So I do go into like stuff of like you do go into like a kind of a dreamscape kind of thing when you're in somebody's mind, and it's out of the movies of Star Trek did it with the Section 32 guy in Deep Space Nine when they're trying to like get memories out of him, and information out of him when he's dying. It goes into like a dreamscape. I'm sure everybody knows the base concept of it. The person that's in their like mindscape though does have a little bit more abilities, even if they're a regular human. But Mage is, it's basically no paradox for them to do shit in their mind.
Okay, so it was like when I went into the demon's mind
Right.
kind of thing. Okay, so I'll be like, all right, guys, we got to get info about this. So surround me, and I'll make another phone call. But I'm not going to be with it. I'm going to be somewhere else. You got to make sure my body is protected. Like I'm not eaten by the wolf. So, I will use the telephone again.
All right, give me a technology plus intelligence difficulty. Actually, for this, I'm gonna have you do charisma plus, or I do apologize, manipulation plus. I want to say subterfuge, but I'll allow you to argue anything else.
I was just happy when you said manipulation because at least I have 2 in that. I have 1 in charisma. So subterfuge, I have 2. Okay, so you want manipulation and subterfuge. Got it. Difficulty what?
Difficulty of I'm gonna say 8 for this.
8. All right. 1 success. I rolled a 9.
All right, that's all that you need. You need at least 1 success in order to perform the act. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that you're gonna need at least 2 successes in order to get into his mind. It's going to be vulgar in order to get into his mind, of course, without witnesses. And even if somebody was watching you, they wouldn't see what you're kind of doing. So this is almost an act that will always be without witnesses. But it is. I'm going to say that this is definitely a vulgar act. So I'm going to say the difficulty will be 3 plus 4, 7 is the base. So you can use quiescence to lower that down, and you don't have any successes that lowered that.
Okay, so yeah, I'll use a quintessence and I'll use a willpower.
Okay.
So it's a normal difficulty of 6, correct?
Yep.
From the math I was following after that. Oh.
All right, 2 successes or more. 3 successes.
3. Yeah.
All right, so with
4, actually 4, because I spent a willpower.
Because he spent a willpower, correct? Yep. So 4 successes. We're gonna say that you're definitely able to get into his mind if you want to jump into the mindscape. I'm gonna say with the extra successes, you can kind of choose where you want to begin in his mindscape. Currently his mind is on kind of like killing and his objective and stuff like that. If you want to jump into what he's thinking about right now, you can do that, or you can do like, jump into his past, his memories.
I'm so sorry. You cut out.
Oh.
So
basically you're able to.
Yeah, he's cut out for me too.
Oh, am I out? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can hear you now.
Can you hear
You
me
cut
now?
out halfway through.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
just you
that's
were just telling me about my goals, so go ahead. Like,
okay. So you're so yeah, you can either go into his current mind of what his current goals are and what he's trying to do, what he's thinking about now, or you can go into his memories, or you can come up with another idea of what kind of dreamscape that you're trying to look for.
so if I may give a visual, and you can say yay or nay on this. I like to think that when I enter their mind, that I'm in like a spooky forest, like a dark forest, and that I can see a kind of like creepy house in the distance. And from my knowledge of X-Men the cartoon, I would like to consider the house their memories that were like closed up, and that the spooky forest is their goals now. So I'd like to
Okay.
walk through the spooky forest to like a little half and half. I'd
Yeah.
like to have a buffet.
I'd like to
So,
have my buffet, please.
you know.
I like it. So yeah, so and I really like that, and that can be your own mental scape. That kind of like the way that you enter into their personal scape. I would say that you kind of will get a little bit of an idea of the surface thoughts of and the now that's going on. But if you want to dive deeper into the woods, you might end up somewhere more in what their dream or what their mindscape looks like. It might change up a little bit as you go deeper into the woods, and you'll get more information as you would go deeper into the woods, of course. And then when you same thing with the house, you get like the outside of the house, you'll give you some information, and then the inside will give you, of course, much more.
I think I'm going to walk towards the house. Like that's going to be my goal.
Okay. So we'll have you traveling towards the house. What I want you to do is give me a perception plus awareness difficulty of 6.
Is this pertaining to wards?
No.
Okay. That is my specialty.
All right, 4 successes. And make sure you didn't get any 10s. Okay, yep. So 4 successes, and you're kind of like looking around, kind of getting an idea of what his surface kind of like thoughts are, and like the first thing that you kind of notice is like, as you kind of enter in, I'm sure that your immediate dreamscape is, or you said it was spooky kind of forest, right? So
Maybe
it's
forest, yeah, like maybe I'm on a path up to the house or something like that. I'm imagining whispers on the wind, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, no, that's
Full
that's
moon.
that's the way that it kind of starts
Yeah.
off. Everything kind of starts off that kind of way, and then you notice that as you get closer to the house, the moon is turning bright red, and then kind of like starts breaking apart. Like you're watching, like it's almost awe-inspiring, because you're watching the moon break apart as you walk towards the house. You can feel like the world is starting to shake around you more. The woods go from kind of like spooky to like outright what the fuck shit, because like this, like the bark is completely fallen off, and like there's black ooze that's like coming out of the forest itself. And you can feel like the house, it kind of like starts off as your normal kind of house, and it starts like bleeding black ooze out of all of the different like windows and the door itself, and you can feel that there's this like evil dark presence besides the mind that you're in. There's also something else here, and that's the like the ooze that's kind of like coming out of every fucking thing. um on top of that, you can all like the dark red moon breaking apart is also kind of like still sticking into your memory, and seems to be um affecting everything that's kind of like going on around, that's outside, another entity outside of the moon in this man's mind. So do you continue moving towards the house as everything kind of goes, as this black ooze starts like consuming everything?
Yes. So Gretchen is going to be like saying uh first she'll be like, ew. And then she'll imagine herself in a hazmat suit. But at the same time, this is kind of like weird. And she's only human as much as she tells herself that she's better, kind of thing. And so she will be saying under her breath the I am rubber, you are glue kind of thing as like a mantra to like help her willpower through this. Um
Interesting. I like that.
I've
Um,
I've never seen a complete Nightmare on Elm Street, but I've seen enough clips that they're kind of like, once they figure out they have the power against Freddy, they're fine, so she's doing that even though it's not her own mind. She's totally the Freddy in this universe. But so that's what's going on. So she will be in a hazmat suit because that black goo does not look healthy. Um maybe even a space suit because the moon just crumbled and she doesn't know if it's habitable anymore in there, and she will be saying that over and over again.
I like
That
it.
children's rhyme.
All right, I'm gonna kind of give that to you, so you get like, if you want a spacesuit, you can have like a spacesuit that's, like protects you even if the atmosphere, quote unquote, goes away. Um, and so you like, get this spacesuit that kind of, comes around you, and you're walking towards the house, continuing, and the black goo is like under your feet at this point, or coming at your feet, or if you, unless you do something, it'll be basically touching your feet by the time
Um,
that you get to the
I'm in a
door.
spacesuit. I'll moonwalk.
Okay, so yeah, you step on it, and as you step on it, you're able to get through it, but it's sticky and slow kind of going. It doesn't like continue to fill up and get like too bad, but it goes up to about boot level. And then there's like little tentacles and tendrils that like are, snatching out at you, and you can kind of get the idea that if you weren't in a spacesuit, this might not be, this might be much worse. Um, and you're able to get to the door. Um, just trying to think. I think at this point, what we'll do though is jump back out into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking on the phone. We'll say that, things are a little bit faster inside of the mind. So we'll say that a few churns have kind of gone by here. Um, So Tycho and Phaedra, now that you no longer have the person that was scanning that knew exactly where it is, how are you trying to find out where exactly this thing is?
The car. Oh, you mean
The wolf that,
the wolf?
or the black spiral dancer that seems to be stalking you.
Could I also use my correspondence? I have correspondence 3.
Okay. So yep, what are you using in order to do a correspondence 2 effect?
I'm going to discreetly take out I don't know if yeah, I'll try to take out like my building analyzer that like I've tweaked it so I can see life forms that are close by. So I'm just gonna see if I can pinpoint his location.
Okay, so you're using a little bit of life. Do you have mind as well?
Yes, I have mind 3, life 3, correspondence 3.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to do definitely like a level 2 spell in order to find out where this thing is. You've already had coordinates and locks and information already that can come from like what Gretchen did. Um, so you go ahead and roll a For this, I'm going to have you do technology plus intelligence difficulty of 6.
One success.
All right, so you're able to perform the act. So go ahead and do a difficulty of 5 Arate roll.
3 successes.
Oh yeah, and Gretchen, you also, sorry, I forgot. Since you did a vulgar act, you will get 1 paradox. But Phaedra, you are not doing a vulgar act, so you do not get paradox for your
Oh,
successful.
quick paradox question for Phaedra and I, since we're like paradox twinsies right now. Was there enough downtime between the library and doing all this stuff to bleed some paradox off to our familiars?
Don't believe so. You guys were the creation of the clone. I feel like it should take a long time, but I don't think it did take a long time.
We were pretty
Um,
efficient. So yeah, Phaedra, we are both. I have 3, and you have double that. So
I have 5.
yeah, let's RuPaul's Drag Race this and not fuck it up because it'll be bad for everyone.
Don't say the words that could become real, please. I have shit luck. My next roll will be bad now.
Maybe it could sound like I said Candyman or Beetlejuice. Like, it's
Ouch.
fine.
How dare you? How dare you, madam, jinx me?
Just use the willpower. It'll be fine. We'll pass out again.
Yeah,
You
you
won't have
just
paradox flash.
Just as a side note, the thing about the companions is it specifically transfers the paradox when there's about to be a backlash in order to prevent the backlash. So if they're here right now, it's probably going to protect you pretty well.
I think we'll be. Did you bring insurance?
I think I left him to go sleep out because remember I had to do surgical
Oh yeah,
an
you just
operation on
upgraded.
insurance. So I let him sleep that off. Or her. Him? I don't know if I gave her a gender. Well, it's got my DNA in it, so I'll call it her.
So
She's sleeping.
I think we'll be okay with Steve. He can hold all the paradox I have right now, if I don't get any more. So
I'm gonna try to not fuck this up.
All right, so Phaedra, you were able to get coordinates. I'm going to say with your 3 successes that you got here. So, you know that it seems to be getting slowly closer as it's slowly circling in on you. It will be, I would say it's not getting very much closer every turn. It's probably getting maybe 5-10 feet closer as you guys are, and it does seem like it's slowly picking up.
Okay. All right, Tycho, what's the plan? Are we moving closer to the crystal or back to the car?
We're
Like,
currently walking back to the car, correct?
Yes.
Look, I think if we can get to the car, it'll probably stop coming after us. And if
I don't
very
believe
least,
so.
at the very least, what these things they don't like being out in public. Causes a lot of issues.
If it was similar to the brainwash thing we found before, it could have overridden its natural instincts. And I don't want to drag this thing back to your mom's house.
Okay.
But I'm down to keep moving and buy us more time for Gretchen to figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay. All right, let's continue moving at this pace. And I pull out my laser gun, and as we're walking, I'm just going to start fiddling with it. There's a thing that I've kind of been thinking about. Hadn't really thought of it until we've been on these adventures. Even though I was out in the Umbra with werewolves for a really long time, I didn't want to do this in front of them. I think I can. I think I can do direct spirit damage now.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna, if you'll allow me, to do a intelligence hypertech to modify my gun to do actually what would that do? I haven't really thought about it.
Well, I mean, you could do, basically you could turn it into, I don't know, maybe you could call it, I guess you could do maybe aggravated damage would be the way, but normally it's only for attacking. I think what you're kind of talking about is the ability to attack and just do like spirit, damage to another spirit. Where normally, you wouldn't be able, you can't use life or forces or all these other things to interact with a spirit, but you can use spirit in order to hurt them. But I think I could see where you're trying to hurt their spirit instead of the physical person behind it.
Yeah. The thing is, I think my gun already does aggravated damage.
Right. So I don't think that would necessarily change much. I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do with Spirit 3 besides direct damage. But yeah, that's more of a direct damage to spirits when you normally be able to hurt them.
Okay, this might be OP. Can I modify my gun to force a change to the Hamid form?
What do you have in life?
1.
Could I help?
You could.
I'm not sure we'd be able to do it fast enough right now.
Well, it depends. How are you helping?
What exactly are you trying to do?
Well, you've seen werewolves change, right?
Yeah.
If we can get him into his human form, they're much weaker in that form, and they can't do as much damage. I think I can manipulate the spirit, but I can't figure out the life side of it.
How are
Okay.
you going to? Are you gonna like shoot him with something?
Yeah, with the gun.
Because you could give him like a specialized trank dart or something. Phaedra.
It's a laser gun.
Yeah. What I can do to help is I'm going to saddle up next to Tycho, and prick his finger with a needle and take a swab.
Hey.
Chill out. Hold on.
I suck on it.
And I'm going to separate its platelets and like try to make like an antibody serum that's gonna like cause an allergic reaction in the werewolf and make him revert to his normal state.
You're so lucky that you know advanced technical science because none of that is possible to do in a very short amount of time. but you're a technocrat, so out the window with time. We're gonna have a little fun with that. So I would say that that's doable. So if you guys want to work together, both of you need to do hyper tech though, because everything that Tycho touches basically is hyper tech.
Cool. So if I don't have that, can I do technology at a higher?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
base difficulty 6 plus 2 if you are using technology.
I gotta teach you people hypertech. All right, 5 successes on my hypertech roll.
I was just gonna say that.
Intelligence and technology. Please.
Yeah, for you.
Intelligence, technology, yep.
4 successes at a higher difficulty.
All right. So I believe that will be bringing your difficulty. So I'm going to say this would be a 3, so that would be 6. This is definitely going to be vulgar, so that's 7. So difficulty will be 4 for your R tables.
All right, I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
I'm also going to spend a willpower.
Also
4
gain a
successes.
paradox.
5
Yep.
total. Taking a paradox.
And I'm going to say that that's enough successes that I'd say that that's going to work, you know. So if you hit him with your laser gun, he will revert back to his hominid form.
Awesome.
Or do you want him to revert back to the original form that he...
Hamid.
Okay.
What's his original form?
As I start to explain to Phaedra as we're modifying my gun very quickly. Oh yeah, lots of black spiral dancers are born in the metis form. That means if you revert back to their natural form, they're just going to stay in that form. It's the war form, the Krynos. So
Okay.
yeah. So and I just make a little label, and there's a dial, and it just says Hamid.
I was like halfway grabbing a different vial of mixture, and when you tell me that, I'm like, cool. And I grab a different one.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I think when this is all said and done, I want to use some of my XP for Tycho's hypertech class that he can give us at the construct.
Yep, you're definitely giving a hypertech class because I thought the same thing.
Like everything Tycho is touching is hypertech.
I'm just so done. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
like,
stick with my normal technology. What I need that for? That's what you guys are for. Just like driving.
All right.
Alright.
So, as the creature starts getting closer and closer, you guys are getting the gun prepped during that time. Gretchen, you have just arrived at the house. You are opening up the door. Is that correct? Did I go silent again? Okay.
you said, is that correct? And I said correct. I might
No.
have not said anything loud enough. So
I do apologize. I might have missed that. So yes, you are at the door. You're trying to open it up. You go for the handle, and the door does open up for you. Where is your intent to go in his memories when you open the handle, the door?
I'm not trying for childhood. Like, I'm trying to just go back. Maybe even pre-goop would be too much, but I feel they've been Manchurian candidated. So I want to navigate the house in terms of that, like, you know, like noticing, like, I know how I have friends, I don't coworkers, colleagues that know how to do that. So I'm looking for like short term like fixes to the house. Like, so I mean, I'm not like, you know, if there's like weird childhood memorabilia or something on a bookshelf, I'm just going to skip it. I'm looking for like just something different, like a Necronomicon on the middle of the kitchen counter instead of a recipe book. You know, like obviously demon crap. I guess. So
Okay, so when you're trying to find when he would encounter the demon or you're looking very specific. Your intent is more like his encounter or his dealings with demons, right?
yeah, I want to figure out this mission with Kyle and like what the hell is going on. We need to cross something off the list. So I'm not trying to save this person from their evil werewolfness. I just want to know what the fuck's going on. Yeah.
Okay. Um you get a like as you like enter or open up the door, like a bright light kind of flashes before you, and then you're able to like enter in, and the black goo is gone at this point. Um and you've entered into like a different kind of setting here that's more of like a memory instead of the house itself. Um and you see a man that's standing on a sidewalk. There's a flickering light pole. It's raining, and it is dark night. There is a moon that is out, but it's heavily clouded. So there's like just little bits of moonlight that are kind of piercing through every once in a great while, almost like the flickering of the light that's happening. Um, it's not completely cloudy, so you do get to still see some of the moon, but it is heavily clouded. Um, and as you kind of do you approach the man that's standing underneath the flickering streetlight?
Does it feel like I'm in this memory to interact, or am I just like, does it feel like a movie to me?
It feels
Kind
you kind of feel like you're almost not there. That everything around you is not really interactive. It's like a 3D movie where you can kind of walk around in the memory, but you're not going to be able to like if you go into a door, from your interactions in the past and stuff. It's like if you go into a door there and he doesn't know what's there, there will be nothing there, or it'll be made up of other things that are in his memory, and it'll take you to different parts of his memory and stuff like that.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, so I'll go up to him and look where he's looking, see what he's doing, like see where his focus is.
So as you like approach him, at first he's just standing. He's in a trench coat and he's got a um, short black hair, and the trench coat is like kind of like flipped up, and he's like curling and like shivering inside of it. And as you continue to approach, he continues to get more and more like sad until you see him like as you continue, like it's almost like as you approach, more and more time is going by of this person that's just been standing out on this, and now you can tell that he's got like a homeless cup that he's got in his hand, and he's shivering underneath this street light as the rain continues to pour down. And as you continue to get closer, you can see that he seems to be going deeper and deeper into like aged and worn and more sad. um and a man approaches him as you get like kind of within hearing distance of, and like probably about 20 feet. um and there is a man that's approaching him, and you see him drop in a letter into the cup. And you get a quick glance, and it looks like it's Beelzebub is the one that dropped the letter into his cup. And you can see that he takes it out of the cup and starts reading it. Do you go over his shoulder to start reading it too?
Oh yeah, totally.
All right, so you go over his shoulder. You're looking over the shoulder, and you're taking a look here, and um, the go ahead and give me a perception plus awareness. Okay, so you're able to kind of slowly piece it out. You didn't get like everything because it's like kind of a dream world, and it kind of, the world kind of is moving a little bit. It's comprised of his memory, so it's not 100% correct, kind of stuff. But you get this basis of there's a mention of Kyle giving a description of him stating that I know what you are and I want you to kill this and I will set and then it kind of there's like a thing about setting free or something like that, and then you do notice that there is a check for $1 million.
Made out to. What's this guy's name?
Give me a perception plus awareness roll again in order to get that. Difficulty 6. Okay, yep. So his name is Jonathan Redding.
Okay. And then, does this mind feel like it's been like taken over? Like it can't do anything until its goal is done, or does it it's just dark because he's just an evil creature and it's been more enhanced by demonness?
Yeah, definitely doesn't seem to be like a control of this. Oh, there is also a little part in there that does talk about that the arbor, stay close to the arboretum. I'm sure you'll encounter them there. But in any case, there doesn't seem to be any specific mind control going on or anything like that. There does seem to be like the mind is starting to break ever since the encounter with the demon, but you don't have a real good understanding of what is kind of happening there. But it's much more of like not a supernatural influence of like mind control or anything that you're seeing. Um,
I think I've seen enough. I don't need to stay in here and get evil.
oh, and by the
Goop.
way, the goo is coming back now. It seems
Yeah,
to
I
be.
don't need to get evil gooped. Like I don't need to get possessed and or changed somehow. So I do we know if lycanthropy is like can also be mental? Like, oh my god, so much research, type deal. So because she is not good at occult at all or esoterica. So she is she thinks it looks like an infection. Like an evil, gross infection. So she's gonna leave right now.
Okay, not a problem. You're able to leave without any issues. So you see the group, Phaedra and Tycho are like modifying his gun, and just as you get back, he's modified the gun so that it'll keep it in Hamid form. And just about as you guys are, you come back out of the mind and Tycho gets his gun ready, you do hear I'm gonna just give it to you guys. You do hear that he's rushing at you guys, has turned into his Krynos form and is rushing at your group. And that was
That was a perfect sound
that was a
effect. Thank you,
sound effect.
Harley.
There you go, Harley.
Perfect timing.
She's part of the group,
It's just you just need to design more werewolf adventures and like have like peanut butter and treats ready at all times, kind of thing.
Beautiful. So John Redding is running at you in Krynos form, and seems to be gunning towards it has like his eyes deeply set on Kyle. So we're gonna go ahead and do a round of initiative here. So,
Hey Josh, can I ask for like a 5-minute break before
oh
we
yeah,
get into all this?
yeah, let's go ahead and do a break there. And actually, I think that we will jump over to Josh here when we get back, because he has been patiently awaiting.
So I enjoyed my section, and I've enjoyed this section.
So we'll be back in, we'll say 5 minutes, 9:05. Or does anybody want a little bit longer than that?
That's fine. If
That's
you're gonna
fine.
switch to Malakai, I'm just gonna, probably not.
Yeah, we
need
can.
to do
Yeah,
anything anyway.
as long as I guess Malakai is okay with it, is the main.
Yep, I'm good with it. Sounds good.
All right.
9:05, you said?
9:05. We'll be back.
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
We were just talking about the finer points of wearing Black Spiral Dancer pelts as clothing.
Yeah, welcome back to Technogate 2000, Mage the Ascension. We are just coming back off of break here. We were talking about what Samuel Haight, I believe we were talking about as well a little bit. Is that who you were describing?
I came into a conversation about werewolf pelts and I was like, let's not Samuel hate this up from editions 1, 2, and I don't know. I don't think revised, but I was just like, no.
Well, you know what happened to him eventually, right?
Turned into an ashtray.
Yeah, turned into an ashtray in the Wraith realm, a Wraith ashtray. His soul became an ashtray. So, where we last left off is that Gretchen, Phaedra, and Malakai were being attacked by a werewolf. Gretchen had just got done scanning his mind and found basically that the demon had persuaded him with money and some other promises in order to kill Kyle, and told him that they would be at the Arboretum at some point. The werewolf is trying to attack, but we are going to slide back over to Malakai, who is jumping into the Technogate along with Buck Samsonite.
Kyle's tagging along too.
And Kyle is along too. He's got a gun given to him by Malakai. So you guys jump into the Technogate. There is the mind-bending reality of going through like a black hole, your body like turning into spaghetti for a short amount of time. It's freezing cold. Well, it's also extremely hot, and like your entire senses are just going crazy at this point. As you spaghetti your way out of the black hole, it closes up immediately behind you as you guys are teleported to a so what you're seeing before you is a what looks like the land of Inventium. Part of it looks like that. The other part is got this black like tint to everything, and it is so basically Inventium is this place that has all these crazy contraptions and any ideas that basically like spout from the human mind, like appear in the sky and fall into these giant heaps of inventions that have been thought of throughout the ages. So as humans continue to think of these things, the normal pile is kind of doing its the normal thing. There's just like piles of shit just falling from the sky randomly all over the place. It seems to stack up to a certain degree in certain areas. The other part seems to have like this almost like reality is just kind of completely getting corrupted by almost like a virus, like a computer virus. It almost feels like everything's going black and white, and having like some, artifacting and defecting that's kind of like happening. And you can see that there are a bunch of the inventions that have kind of like come to life and are sieging down on what looks to be like a small house. You recognize it as the outpost of Maxie.
Yeah, I'll pull up my my phone and bring up the algorithm that was used to predict the falling of stuff that they use in the last time we were here.
Oh, yes, brilliant. Um, he says, I'm working on something. I need you to hold off these things while I am preparing this bomb.
Buck, what is with you and bombs?
He says, I don't have a lot of time to explain right now, but this this realm is starting to fall apart, and I have a plan that needs to be enacted, but I'm going to need somebody to hold off these creatures while I am doing this.
Shit. Should not have brought Kyle. All right. Well, Kyle, you stay close to Buck. Hand him tools as he needs them. Try to not get in the way. He's storied. He's storied. You could learn a lot from him. And then I'm going to take a quick perimeter kind of just look. I'm looking for vantage points, choke points. I'm trying to assess how I'm going to actually do this. What he's asking.
So basically what you've got is like you're nearby the house. You're into like a clearing with a bunch of heaps all around you, and this area seems to have like an effect that makes it so that trash doesn't just fall down on top of the house or around the house immediate vicinity, creating a little bit of like a safe zone from falling debris. There is a section that is all corrupted off to the what we'll call north, and seems to be seeping in. At this point, there is one channel basically or one path in order to of where these things are coming from, and there seem to be like weird like anthropomorphized versions of the thing that they were. So if they were a table or a gun or anything like that, like there's all different kind of weird things that are kind of creeping out of the woodworks. It's almost like you're like hallucinogenically like tripping at this point.
Doing a quick scan around. Is it only the corrupted stuff that are active, or are the uncorrupted also seemingly alive?
Nope, just the corrupted.
Okay.
So you in order to I don't want to go into like a whole combat sequence for this, but I'm going to make you do some dice rolls here in order to like hold off the onslaught that's coming. So what I'm going to need from you is dexterity plus firearms rolls. I'm going to have you start at difficulty of 5. The second one is a difficulty of 6. The third one is a difficulty of 7. The last one is a difficulty of 8.
Okay. The first one is at 5, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Starting with the first one. That's 7.
Yeah.
So
all right.
off to a good start. Feels shoot a bit of a shooting gallery, almost like training back in the day. So
You're also
feeling
in
pretty
your
good.
badass suit as well, so you're getting
Yep.
like good targets on everything.
And it's got 5 armor and it gives me 2 dexterity. So, it's pretty nice. Okay, all right. Second round went even better. For a total of 9 successes. Because of those 3 10s.
You're kicking it up a notch as like the more bizarre and like some inventions and ideas of creating like the Sentinels and shit is like coming out now at this point as you've
Okay.
like dealt with all the rabble that's become rubble.
Okay. And he's Buck is working off behind me. Does he seem to be going well? Everything seems to be okay.
Yep.
No problems with Kyle back there.
Nope, doesn't seem to be any immediate problems back there. You seem to be
right.
easily holding off anything from getting through.
I have just a sliver of a moment of I gave Kyle the tools to betray me. If he fucking betrays me, and then I refocus on the approaching robotitrons for not super, but still not bad. That's a huge dice pool.
At
three total.
Yep.
Okay. That was at a 7.
All right, and then final and last one is one giant, just collaboration like turns. It's like a bunch of inventions have like come together, and like the pile itself is like become a big, humanoid-looking thing. And what do you get at difficulty 8? Do you want to spend any willpower? Remember?
I will spend a willpower. I also lament the idea. I wish I had some grenades right about now. Just because that movie is great, and I will try to quote it whenever I can. Haha, I will take those 6 successes at a difficulty 8. That is accurate. Holy crap, I got so lucky on those dice rolls.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, you basically just like cut this fucking monstrosity down before it can like do anything. As it's like forming, you're like blowing it apart so it doesn't even get to fully form. Um
I will reload the P90.
So as the thing kind of falls apart, you hear Samsonite say, "Oh, just in time," and he's like calculating out something, and you see the contraption of bombs that he kind of like interlaced together. These are like advanced technocratic bombs that are, were stored in like this. Like when you like came back to the gate, you were like, "Where the fuck did you get all of this shit?" Like, and he had like just this like stacks and stacks like on a trolley, kind of thing that he kind of brought in of all these different kind of advanced technocratic kind of bombs that look like spheres with like little um, displays on them that you interact with the uh, a touch display on the bomb itself
With tiny little feet so it doesn't roll around.
And so he kind of gets them all together. They teleport out, and on the horizon you can see a huge explosion, and then the corruption just completely starts to recede, and everything kind of like goes back to normal. And we're gonna cut from there and take us back over to Gretchen, Phaedra, and Tycho.
I don't know if it's appropriate, but I do want to mention it. You have a fake Kyle designed to be sacrificed. Just so you know.
But we don't know it.
But they don't know it.
Oh shit, you don't know that. Oh crap,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
That's the
I,
most
as a
funny
player,
part.
know that and was about to just be like, "Hey, werewolf," and like go away and just deal with Kyle. But as a PC, I do not.
Yeah.
This is the most
I'm
No,
glad
it's-
that also bit me.
If Phaedra would have known, I would have just booted this clone right at the werewolf and went about my business. That plan didn't work. I'll start another one.
All right, everybody go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
Heck yeah.
I'll just take the 10 that I got before.
Do tens count as an additional or no? Am I at 15 or 16?
No additional for a 10. 10 just is the best you can roll. So you'd be at 15. Okay, Phaedra's at 15. And Gretchen is at 10. And Tycho is at 10.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's easy way of doing this. Okay, so for the first round, you can decide between the two of you, Gretchen or Tycho. Which one do you want to go first? Declare first, go last.
I'll go last. I just woke up out of a mindscape, so
Okay, so
think
Gretchen, what are you?
thematically that makes more sense.
So what is your declaration?
I'm going to scream, Jonathan, don't do this.
Okay.
Because maybe, I don't know. It looked like he had a hard life.
Interesting. I think we might be able to play a little bit with that. Tycho, you are up. What are you going to declare?
I am going to shoot this guy with my homage making gun.
Aha. Phaedra, what are you declaring?
I'm going to pull Kyle behind me and ready my trank gun.
Okay. And the werewolf is going to use all of its speed to approach you and basically be within melee range of the group within next turn. However, he is also seems to be moving insanely fast, and it seems like maybe he'll have, I don't know, 5 extra turns. So be ready for that.
Okay.
So that is his first turn, is being really fast and moving right up to you. And the next is Phaedra is going to enact your declaration.
Okay, so I pull Kyle behind me, and I can't shoot my trank gun yet, right?
I'm going to say that you were able to get your trank gun up and ready so that you were able to use it this round.
Cool. It has been so long since I've shot anything. I do not remember how this works.
Dexterity plus firearms. A difficulty of 6. And he is going to spend one of his actions to dodge.
Two successes.
Okay, and so I roll athletics plus dexterity. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. So I dodge. So as you see him like coming, you shoot at him, and he just like, Super Saiyans this shit and just kind of like disappears before your very eyes and just like reappears in front of the dart that you shot at him within the blink of the eye. Next up is Gretchen.
No, it's me.
No, Tycho. I apologize. I should move that.
Please shoot this thing. Shoot this thing, please.
Yeah, I'm betting it's gonna dodge mine too. I'll spend a willpower anyway.
All right, I am going to do a dodge.
What's gonna be the standard difficulty?
Standard difficulty.
Okay, I got 2.
And I got
You got 3 because of willpower.
You
Yeah,
did
3.
get 2, 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. All right, so I dodge.
Close.
And last but not least, for this first round of the first round, is Gretchen.
I've
So-
been told she's too judgy, so I will scream, Jonathan, no, the money isn't real.
So I'm gonna allow you to do a mind effect off of that if you want.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
going to make it vulgar. There is no witnesses, but if somebody saw you say that to a werewolf with a nobody would believe that you are just a normal human being that got them to run away from you. Or to like turn to a normal human and stop killing you.
No, totally.
So,
Totally.
but I will allow it for a mind level 3 effect.
So what's that difficulty, 8 or something?
So it is 4, 5, 6, 7 is the base difficulty. I will allow you to use. I'll give you manipulation plus. I mean, it's a lie unless you do some really big mental gymnastics because the money is real-ish. Yeah, I would say it's real.
I feel subterfuge is
so
fine. She's kind of talking out of her butt, kind of thing.
The other way around this would have been empathy and charisma, but it just doesn't fit your character.
No.
So we'll go ahead and do that, but I am going to make it a difficulty of 8. And you need
Alright.
at least 1 success in order to perform the magic.
But not. I don't need a success on the manipulation plus subterfuge roll, though.
You do,
Correct.
yes.
All right, willpower. Oh, thank
Whew.
God.
2 successes in
Barely.
the end. But that is enough to lower the difficulty by 1, so your difficulty is now at 6 instead of 7 for your Arte roll.
Okay, here goes nothing.
All right, 2 successes. I'm gonna say that with 2 successes, I'm not gonna say that he's gonna completely and utterly stop his attack. But instead of having 3 extra attacks, he has 0 extra attacks. I'm just gonna wipe out his extra attacks that he gets, and we will start another round of combat.
See,
Cool.
that's cool.
So he kind of like stops and is like, and like thinks about it for like
Thinks
a second.
about it, yep.
He's just about at Kyle's throat and is just about to rip him apart, and you say that, and he just like freezes for a second, and then we go right into the next round of combat. Roll initiative again. Oh, and I rolled a 1. That puts me at 11. You guys might actually kill this guy. Oh, we got a 12.
Like every time.
Tycho at 12, Gretchen at 12, and we've got a 10 from Phaedra. Oh no, 12.
Thank God.
10. Okay, so first to declare is Phaedra.
I am going to pick up Kyle and pop a. Sorry. I'm gonna pop an armor skin pill just in case. It's
Do
a
you,
bunch
do you
of.
want to pop it, or do you want to pop it into him?
I'm going to pop it since I'm the one running.
And you want to be like a shield for him then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So armor skin pill, I only have one left. It adds 2 points of stamina to my dice pool if I take damage.
All right.
And then I'm running. I'm running the fuck out of here.
Don't you have ones that allow you to soak aggravated damage? Because that's the one that you really probably want.
I think. Let me check.
Thought that you had something like that. But if not,
Yeah. Oh yes. My caffeine pill. So I'm gonna do that one instead. And add 4 of those. So it's -2 to my stamina roll, and then also one additional die as well.
all right. And then the werewolf is going to attack the Kyle, but I will make it so. I'm gonna say that yeah, you can kind of like block the way so that the attack will go to you at this point. And he seems to be going really fucking fast again. He's got 3 extra turns. And then Gretchen, what are you declaring?
I'm just gonna manipulate him even more. Like, this is what I do.
She's a witch. She's a
Or-
witch.
Or I think I will just ultra stealth, so I am not a target, and get into a good position type deal. I think I'm gonna ultra stealth. Yeah.
All right, and then Tycho, what are you doing?
I am going to split my dice pool and try to shoot him twice and burn off these extra actions.
Okay.
So the way we're going to do this. So my dice pool for Dex plus energy weapons is 5. So I'm going to do 3 and then 2, but on the 2, I'm going to spend a willpower.
Might I suggest something to you, actually?
Sure.
Okay, so one of the big things, so you got a ray gun. I'm not going to put any kind of like extra you can shoot it as much as you can pull the trigger, basically. So that's going to be like at least 3+ that you're going to be able to do. I suggest splitting it up as much as you can. I'm going to say that the max with your ray gun will be 4 shots per turn.
Yeah, the less dice you have, the more possible
likely
it is
to
to botch.
botch. That is true, because
Yeah,
you don't have the ability. If you don't get any successes, then you botch, and that's a problem.
I believe that is a misconception of how statistics work. I believe the odds of botching is the same.
No, because of the success. So if I have 1 dice and I roll a 1, I have a 10% chance of botching. If I have 2 dice, I have a chance of I have a high chance of one of them being a success while the other one's a botch. And even at 3 dice, where because as long as you get 1 success, so if you have 20 dice, there's very high likelihood you're going to get 1 success. Even if all of the other ones are 1s and you get 1 success, you don't botch. You get so the more dice you have, the more likely. Not necessarily that you're going. It's more likely to succeed.
You can still fail, but you won't botch.
Right.
Yeah, I see where my mistake was with that explanation. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's written a paper about it and published it on the internet somewhere.
It's
and at this
complex
point,
and interesting math if you're into math.
yeah, I did okay in statistics, and I don't want to think about it. Um,
In any
so I'm gonna
case,
split. I'm gonna split to two.
okay.
I got 2 successes on my first roll. This one is gonna have a willpower 3 successes.
All right, and then this is my first dodge. Oh no, not good.
Oh, holy shit!
I'm
I think you
seeing
did it.
2, 3, 1, 2,
one.
3. Yeah, he got 0.
You got
Wow.
1 and then 0.
Yeah, no, you got
Oh no,
0.
both zeros.
0, yeah. So, and
Well,
then the
that's
second,
that's one roll.
yep. And then I'm just gonna do the other one here real quick. So he dodges, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. So he's still got 5 successes on his second dodge, but he does get hit with your first laser beam. So this is to churn him into his human form, and
Yeah, so this forces him to Hamid.
so he is now in his Hamid form. I'm not, we did the magic rolls before. I'm just gonna give them to you. If it was another player, we might have other things that might come into here, but I'm gonna be solid with this, and you just turn him into. So as he's like coming in to attack Phaedra with his claws, he is turned into a human.
He also burned 2 of his actions.
And he burned 2 of his 3 extra actions, correct?
Yeah. Did we establish that this particular attack doesn't do damage, or does it still do damage?
I'm going to say this does not do damage.
Okay, that's perfectly fair. It's kind of what I figured. It's honestly pretty OP.
I like it. I like the idea, though. And this is always going to be leaning towards rule of cool fun with magic and advanced technology and stuff like that. Than it is going to be like,
yeah,
oh, that's not.
And it,
That
honestly,
doesn't make sense.
It is right on the edge of the power of Spirit 3 and 4, but the gun is a 4-point device, so I figure it can at least make up for that.
Yeah, I can. We also added in life and other and mind, I believe, in with Phaedra, so that's an element that's really big.
I think he can just rage next turn and force himself back. So it's not
That's
even
why
like
I'm
a
running.
permanent.
Still running.
Yeah, it's not like permanent. It definitely gives you a
It
chance.
forces him to sacrifice his turn to do that, though. So it's like that was
You know
still a
what?
good
You
idea.
know what would really help with the ability to turn into Krynos form, would be having rage, and if you haven't been keeping track, I've already spent 8 of his rage, so he either is at 0 or 2 is the most that he can possibly have right now. And you guys have not been shooting him or hurting him or doing anything to him that would cause him to gain more rage, which is and I'm not going to give him rage for dehumanizing. That's more of like a humiliation roll that he should be getting. So next up is Gretchen, who I believe is going to be mind fucking him, which also
Even
doesn't
more.
generate rage. So
Oh, sorry, I said ultimate stealth,
oh,
but
you
I mean,
did.
you gave us like you just gave this nice speech about like how we don't give rage when we talk it out, kind of thing. So, I don't know. No, I said ultimate stealth. Let me just cloak and then like pop up and confuse him somewhere else.
Okay.
We'll keep
So
messing
go
with his
do it
mind.
a perception, or sorry, a Dex plus stealth difficulty of 6.
There we go. Boom. 5.
5. So yeah, you're pretty well, and then you've got also cloaking, so you're pretty solid. I think you're pretty good there. Next up is the werewolf, who is going to be clawing Phaedra, who would normally be taking pretty nasty aggravated damage, but now is going to be bashing damage, actually, which is kind of funny and sad at the same time.
Bring it on.
So
He
he's
does
got
punching.
6, and yep, so that's another 10.
Oh.
Oh, he might knock your ass out though.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes
Oh, wait.
on
Okay.
scratching your throat out.
Wait. He does not get 10 dice in Hamid form on an attack roll.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoop.
That
Yeah.
makes me have to re-roll too. I'm not gonna. Yeah. So,
Oh,
sorry.
God.
What is their
Re-roll.
plus?
5 10s out of 10 dice. That is crazy.
Jeez.
Wait, say again.
So I think they lose. In Krynos form they get +2 to dexterity. If I remember
No, it's more than that. It's like 3 or 4.
Werewolf character.
Pretty sure it's 4 to strength. I'm not sure about dex.
I think Dex is not as good as Wolf character sheet. Mr. Gons, here we go. Sorry, I should have had this researched prior. I did not imagine that they'd be forcing me out. It's only a +1 to his Dex, so he only gets a -1 from his 10. So he's got a Dex of 5 that he starts at and goes to 6. And so that is still enough to make me reroll. Which I still am gonna punch you in the fucking, or claw your fucking face off pretty fucking bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Okay.
So his strength is currently, so it was 7, so that's only 3. 2, 3, 4,
And I
5,
get to
6,
roll,
7.
right?
Yep. So hold on real quick. So 6 plus 3 would be 9. So, or 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay.
Oh, you rolled d4s, dude.
Oh, see, it's a reroll.
Like-
That's a
I'm okay with that, though.
Look at that. That was nothing. You're fine.
Oh,
So
God,
I do
come
1,
on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bashing damage to you. So you get to roll your stamina, and I believe you get plus.
I
You
get
said +1 to your stamina, plus
one-
-2 to your difficulty. So
Yeah.
difficulty 4.
Okay. Is that strength and stamina, or
Just stamina, straight stamina.
just stamina? Cool.
You want to willpower or quint this up?
I'm gonna do willpower if I can.
Yeah, willpower I will allow. I don't know if that's actually allowed, to be honest, but I'm allowing it. It does seem a little bit weird, but I don't believe willpower has like a notation that's like you can't do it this. I think you
Willpower on a
can't.
soak roll?
I feel like you can will yourself
54.
through pain.
Gee,
Oh.
come on.
Good thing
Ooh,
we did that.
2 successes.
even
with
at
the
your
willpower.
lower, even at the lower difficulty, it's still.
Yeah, she averaged a 2
Wow.
on that.
Ouch.
So
Yeah, so you got 5 damage. So he basically like came and like clawed like the side of your neck and like just bruised it on up really bad. He didn't really get you, but like kind of hit you in that like your windpipe is kind of all fucked up right now, and if it was claws, you're that your entire head would be like, as he was coming in to claw your face off, his claws like detracted and became regular fingers and just like jammed into you instead of your entire face getting clawed off by a werewolf. Very heroic of you, by the way, to jump in the way of Kyle. that is faked
I
Kyle.
don't know that
who
this
is
was not the real Kyle.
who you don't know is fake.
What
But-
is our default to know? Like, what did we set up as our like? We would know.
Either interacting with the real one, Malakai waking us up, or this Kyle being possessed. So for now, none of those triggers have been set. I'm under the illusion that we still need him, so I'm trying to protect him and earn some brownie points while I'm at it.
That's beautiful. So the werewolf does get another attack here. For this one, I am going to say that he is going to be attacking Kyle directly. Unless you wish to get in the way again, I will allow you to.
I am currently at mauled, correct?
Sounds about right.
I would say so, or wounded. I mean, you're at like
How much damage are you?
I took 5, right?
5,
So like
so-
that's mauled.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are mauled at -2 to all of your actions, and very close to being. But now this is bashing damage, which heals very quickly, and you have to go all the way through the track again in order to die from it. So you're pretty far away from death. You're pretty close to being unconscious.
I am going to act like I'm shielding Kyle, but I'm gonna let him take it. I wrap him, but I trip and he takes the full brunt of this one.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so the werewolf is going to attack here. So he's got so it's only +1, so it was Dex of 5 then, and a Brawl of 4. God damn it, I keep on rolling the wrong dice. 5, 4. 1, 2, 1 success. And strength of
Damn.
3.
Wait, can Kyle try to dodge?
Oh,
He ain't doing shit, right?
yeah. I mean, he is a clone, but in any case, he took no damage. So that's kind of sad.
What a fucking round.
All right, so we have another round here. Let's go ahead and do initiative. I got 19 on my roll.
Oh my god.
got a high freaking dex. Come on, let's do this. Boom! Yay! Rolled an 8, so my highest initiative could be a 17. I've never seen.
Okay, and Phaedra is 13. Wow, Phaedra with your... How do you only have... So what's your dex and what's your... Oh, because you're -2. That sucks. I was like, what the fuck? That's... How do you get a 13 on a 10?
Yeah, I feel like after all this, we're going to have like some technocratic like training days. Like Tycho's gonna have a slideshow about hypertech, and I'm gonna have everybody go through like a stealth course. You know, we have to get through one mission where Phaedra is not like almost permanently wounded. Like, you know.
Hey, it's not aggravated this time, so she won't take a bunch of paradox just to heal it.
Oh, how magnanimous of you, Josh. Thanks so much.
Hey, I didn't do it actually. I was gonna give you guys a bunch of fucking aggravated damage, but Tycho turned him into a fucking human.
I was gonna say that was Tycho's doing actually that saved the aggravated.
All right, so the werewolf is acting first, but declaring last. Tycho, what are you doing?
I'm gonna switch to the laser gun and I'm gonna shoot him twice.
Please do.
All
Shouldn't be
right,
able to
and
stay
then
aggravated right now.
Gretchen, what are you doing? Or no, sorry, I apologize. Phaedra, what are you doing?
I can't take another hit like that. I'm going to pop a wing pill and fly straight up with Kyle. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yes. So I'd say that it would take 3 seconds for your wings to really appear, but so you'll be ready for flight.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm running until it works.
actually, if you want to, that's so life 3 effect that you're doing, and you're doing it to yourself. If you want, it's already vulgar. I will allow you to actually start getting flight, just for the, you know, becomes quite useful if you get him and you out of there. Then, and I have a feeling that there isn't many rounds left here, but yeah. So if you accomplish that, but you're gonna definitely take some paradox. Um,
You think I'm not ready for that?
Next
I'm
up,
sitting wonderfully at 6.
Gretchen.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, and then the werewolf is going to punch Kyle. Phaedra, do you want to get in the way of the punch?
No.
Well, 1, 2, 1. He's got 2 successes to hit. And then that would be 4 damage.
Does Kyle get a dodge?
It's a new round.
Oh, yes, Kyle gets a dodge. That's all that he can. He's a, robot, so he's not really going to be
No, he's not a
participating.
robot. He's a
I mean,
I'm
clone.
probably-
He's a clone. He's a clone. I mean,
Hit
but
I'm probably
marks,
thinking to
like hit
myself-
marks will like dodge, like
well,
I'm
okay.
probably thinking to myself, like, Kyle, use your fucking magic, you dumbass. What are you?
Yo, why don't you do anything?
we're probably having like a
Dude.
side chat in the mental link being like, God, like he's so effing useless. Like
He does dodge. He does dodge. So that is accomplished. Gretchen, you're shooting.
Yeah. I haven't rolled that roll at all, so I thought I would try.
Dexterity plus firearms. Difficulty of
Is she
6.
hidden? Does she get sneak attack damage?
Oh, you are shooting from concealment and stuff like that.
And I have handgun as a specialty.
Ooh, so you get an extra die for that, because in my games I give out the extra dice for a specialty instead of the D10s getting exploded, which I do automatically. You get 1 extra success in my games, which is 20th anniversary, 1 extra success for 10, but usually it's because you have a specialty. In any case, in this case, I am going to give you an extra 2 dice. I don't know, I'm not going to look it up, but I'm going to give you 2 extra dice to hit for your
Okay,
concealment.
so I'm just gonna like roll d10. So let me say, okay, 4 dex, 4 firearms, 1 handgun. So we're at 9, plus 2 is 11.
Yep. $11d10. All right, not bad. We got a 1, but that's not going to really hold you back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9.
Because it's a normal standard 6 difficulty, right?
Yep.
Correct. I get the same.
All right, 9 successes. We are going to be doing 8 plus your gun's damage. And which gun are you using again?
I actually have an X5 protector I wrote on my sheet, but if they're illegal, just give me some stats from Malakai's thing, I guess.
Wait a minute, they're illegal?
If that's like illegal in your game or
No,
something,
that's
like if you
legal.
didn't want that,
No, that's fine. I'm fine with you having one.
then I'm going to give me like 10 seconds because I did not import that. I have that on a different character.
Guessing that it's probably a 6 or an 8 for damage, but it might be 4. I'm not sure.
I did do the official M20 is on a different. Is 5 lethal.
5 lethal. Okay, so it'll be 7 plus 8, so 15. 15 dice of damage.
Um, five. This
Okay,
is-
so this guy
It-
was human when he
It-
was when he turned into a werewolf. So what Gretchen, what you just did, is you just put a gun to the back of the man's head and you pulled the trigger. Now he has no head.
One
He
point of
tried
order.
to do the same thing to what has been my only semblance of a best friend my entire 25 years of existence. So it's the technocratic way? I don't know. I'll go through for therapy with this later.
I look back at Gretchen, like half-formed wings and worm and Kyle on my back, and I'm like, thank God you're here.
I mean, I guess I take it. I'll take it back. If Gretchen wouldn't do an execution style, I guess you can just shoot him really well in the head. But you also have the option of like, execution style,
He
like
hit me hard. Shoot him.
bam.
Oh no, I like to do that. I'm trying to think of like a really great phrase though. Like I I feel like I would like wanted a little bit like to be like right by his ear and like shoot him and be like um
Deviant nullified.
no, I said the money isn't real. And
Sorry.
yeah. I was gonna say, and you can't take it with you. I think that's too long. So I'm just gonna say I said the money isn't real. Like
I
Chip
love
chop
it.
chip. Is that too psychotic? I'm sorry, Twitchverse. I don't know. Sorry. I've played a healer in the last 3 campaigns I've been in, so this is a little bit different.
I have to say, you guys did very, very well against a werewolf. I was expecting I was kind of going into this being like, I'm going to show you what happens when one werewolf goes up against 3 mages. And
Didn't you already do that
Massacre.
last
A
time?
massacre is what happens.
Like
Yes.
we had that last time. We had that
Do
lesson.
that. Yeah, we learned that lesson 3 times now.
And we did not decide to take class 102. We were fine with 101. We got that GE. We're
I
moving
got my
on.
grade, sir. I didn't ask for extra credit.
Did a pass fail? We passed. We moved on.
I love
Oh, no, I don't want to
how
clip too much because next time there's going to be 2.
well,
oh yeah.
well, so
I love how the one time I try to protect Kyle, I almost go down, and then when I say "fuck you, Kyle," take these points, he dodges both of them.
Yeah, the dice were extremely weird tonight.
Oh man, no. I mean, to be honest, I've been kind of like pulling punches with the werewolves for up to this point, and what I planned on doing tonight was killing Kyle in front of you. Like, because I thought it would be funny to have, and then be like all out and be like, so actually, that's what happens when a werewolf attacks you. Like all the other encounters you guys have had has not been the full power of a werewolf. Because a werewolf, if they have a stamina of 5, let's see here, I think they only need a stamina of, let's see, they get a +3, so you need a stamina of 2. If you have a stamina of 2, and it's the first round of combat, and you have a rage of more than or equal to 5 points, which is very easy to have, you can spend 5 or 4. I think I don't think you can go down. I played it out so that he had 9 rage, and I don't believe you can go down to 0 rage. I think bad things happen when you go to 0 rage. But I didn't want to look that up, so I was just going to stay at above that. But you can still take 4 actions right away. If you have a stamina of 5, you would be able to take all 8 or 9 of whatever as much of rage as you can in one turn. It's terrifying what happens when a werewolf comes at you. Like the first turn is the only turn of combat.
When
feel
you
like
roll
werewolf is,
5
like-
10s, I shit myself.
Yeah, yeah. Your
This
dice
is end
weren't
of Phaedra.
pulling punches, Josh. I just want to say, like, I feel like werewolf is like
punches.
math the game. I'm just like, nah, this is too. I'm just gonna think of something and go from there. You know, just roll a Arte. That's all you need to do. Roll your skill. That's all you need to do. You know.
Yeah.
I do have to say the actions of being a mage is what totally like threw that fight in your guys' favor so well, though. Is just like, well, I'm just gonna turn him into a human, and then I'm also, I'm just gonna fuck with his mind and make him all like fucking second guessing what the hell is going on here, and that's where the
to
power of
die.
mage comes in.
Yep.
Actually, the turning him into a human, I feel like, is really compatible with Tycho's character because that is a gift that werewolves can get. It's forcing another werewolf into, I think it's their breed form, and it's like that's pretty powerful if you can pull that off.
Isn't there other
Yeah.
things that happen when you're in your breed form? Like you can't soak certain
Right.
types of damage, and
You don't get anything special at all. You are whatever if you were a wolf when you turned into a werewolf, then when you're a wolf, you're a wolf. You get to use your special magical shit that you have, but when it comes down to just what you are as a, like, what you can soak and what you can heal and all that shit, like if you're a human and you get beat up by somebody and you get knocked into the hospital and you didn't turn into any other form, you'll be in that hospital for however long it takes. So yeah, that's everything else is just so if he had been a Krynos thing and he had this stuff happen to him, he would have been able to soak everything without any issues. Because that's one of the things is that, like, he can't soak the damage she just did. She did 9 points of damage to him, which is well over the
6,
kill.
but still.
Wait, what?
It does.
8.
The way that she typed it out, it didn't automatically subtract the ones. And Gretchen, for the future, if you add after what you typed, you add a F equals 1, it will do that for you.
Interesting. I was, when I was calculating, I was like looking at that and being like, I don't understand why it's at.
I got 6 instead of 9.
Yeah, 6 instead of 9. Yeah.
But I'm still gonna give it, and I'm gonna say that, game wise, because we're wrapping it up here. But
are you sure he isn't just slightly unconscious on the ground? And Phaedra, do you have some ideas on what we might do?
I would have double tapped this werewolf.
Oh yeah, no. I feel just like
Before-
everybody would have just started shooting again. Like there would have been.
I would have said, "Hey, yo, he's still breathing." Bop, bop.
Malakai, he is dead. Whether we need an extra round or not, he is dead, and the money is not real. Okay.
The money's not real.
Shooting.
Thought of keeping him as a science experiment lost all thought the moment he hit me for the amount that he did. This guy's dead.
It's sad when we think vampires are safer than werewolves. Like,
Yeah, I want my
it's like-
vampire back.
yeah, Phaedra would rather get weird vampire disease than deal with werewolves ever again.
Ever again.
Hey man, that's just smart. Werewolves are they're nasty things. And
Yeah, we should go back to the construct and come up with non-vulgar ways to protect ourselves from them.
I mean, my
Yeah.
gun isn't vulgar, but yeah.
this is
Phaedra's
supposed
gonna
to
become a
be.
hunter.
This is actually supposed to be a hunter and demon game, but I feel like I'm turning it in more to a werewolf game. And I think I'm not conscious of how much I just want to throw a werewolf at you guys because they're so fun to be one werewolf versus 3 to 4 mages.
I
just
love playing werewolf. I hate fighting them. All right.
When
On
are we
that
gonna
note,
find the nice werewolves that Tycho knows that are just a little
they're these
grumpy at
mythical
him?
fucking unicorns. Where
Yeah.
they at?
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it on up here, and hopefully the friendly werewolves will interact with the crew at the future instead of getting beat up by werewolves. Perhaps I am overusing the werewolves too much, but they're fun. They're fun.
Never.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching and listening, and have a great night.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
babes.
That was a lot of fun. Good night, everybody.